Hey y'all, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm sharing 3 quick and easy dinner ideas. These recipes can all be made in only about 30 minutes, and I really hope you enjoy them. Now let's go ahead and get started. This first one is chicken Lazone, and it only takes about 20 minutes to make. I'm making up a little seasoning mix for the chicken. So in a small bowl, I added half a teaspoon of salt, 1.5 teaspoons of chili powder, half a teaspoon of onion powder, 2 teaspoons of garlic powder, and instead of adding the cayenne pepper, I added a little bit of paprika. Now stir that up a little, and we're going to head on over to the stovetop. And a really quick update on me, I am getting over a little cold right now, but me and baby are doing great. I'm 29 weeks pregnant now, and we can't wait to meet her. In a large skillet, I've melted 2 tablespoons of butter over about medium-high heat. Then I added in about 2 pounds of chicken tenders. And I actually just used the chicken breast and cut them into strips. I sprinkled over half of that seasoning. I did let them cook for about 4 or 5 minutes, and then I flipped them over to the other side. Added on the rest of that seasoning, and then let them cook until that chicken is cooked through. When that's done, you're going to add in 2 more tablespoons of butter, along with 2 cups of heavy cream. And trust me, the sauce in this is delicious. I did drop that heat down to a simmer, then I stirred everything together. And this is not in the recipe, but I like to thicken the sauce a little with a cornstarch slurry. And to do that, I added a tablespoon of cornstarch to about 2 tablespoons of water. Stir that until there are no more lumps, then add it right on into your sauce. You could also add in a bag of steamed broccoli here. That would be really good. And now you'll just let that simmer until that sauce thickens up to the way you like it. You could serve this over mashed potatoes, but we like it over angel hair pasta. This is really so easy to make, and it always comes out delicious. This next one is a simple Salisbury steak. I'm starting out with a large bowl here, and I added in 1 pound of lean ground beef. I also added in 2 teaspoons of ketchup, and I just eyeballed most of this, and that was 1 teaspoon of yellow mustard, and about a teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce. And for the seasonings, I did half a teaspoon of garlic powder and half a teaspoon of onion powder. And feel free to add any other seasonings you think would be good in this. And I also did about 1/3 of a cup of cracker crumbs. I just used my hands to mix that all together. Then I divided that mixture into 4 different hamburger patties. Now over to the stovetop. In a large skillet, I've added a couple tablespoons of oil. Then I added in those 4 hamburger patties. Now let those cook on both sides until they're no longer pink. Then I removed them to a separate plate and set them aside for just a minute while I make up a quick gravy. I turned the heat down to low, and I did leave those drippings in the pan. Then I added in 2 cups of hot water along with 2 packets of brown gravy mix. Now just whisk that mixture together until everything is well blended. And that gravy is almost done. We're just going to add in a couple more things. A teaspoon of ketchup and a splash of Worcestershire sauce. Now whisk all that together, and you can turn the heat up a little to bring it to a simmer and let that gravy thicken up. I added back in those hamburger patties. And I did flip them over to make sure they were all coated in that gravy. Then you'll just let this simmer until that gravy thickens. And mine took about 5 minutes. And when that's done, this dinner is ready to serve. This recipe only took 30 minutes, start to finish, and it is perfect for those busy weeknights. I made this super simple and served it with instant mashed potatoes. Yes, my husband loves those. I topped them with some gravy and had some green beans on the side. This last one is an easy white chicken chili. To a large pot or a large skillet, Mine's a 3.5 quart. I added in 3 cups of cooked and shredded chicken, along with 2 cans of Great Northern beans, and those were undrained. Then I added a can of diced tomatoes with green chilies, also undrained. I also added 4 ounces of softened cream cheese and 1 package of the McCormick white chicken chili mix. Oh, and also a cup of chicken broth. Now stir that up and let it simmer until that cream cheese completely melts. Mine wasn't room temp, so it took a little longer, but as it simmers, it will thicken up. And that is all there is to it. This is such an easy recipe. And it really is a dump and go one-pot meal. It's one of my family's absolute favorites, and if you're looking for something quick to make for dinner, I really hope you give this one a try. I also want to say thank you for bearing with me through this cold. I really wanted to get this video out. I really hope you enjoyed this video. You may also like these. Don't forget to subscribe down below so you don't miss out on any future videos, and I will see you in the next one.